At the very end of the manufacturing process, everything is perfectly clear. A physical object sits on a factory floor, fully realized and tested. But at the exact moment a design team finally possesses complete information about what they've built, they have almost zero leverage to change it. Research reveals that 80% of a product's lifecycle cost is locked in before a single tool is cut. The vast majority of a product's financial trajectory is decided by its earliest abstract choices in the concept stage, rather than late-stage execution. This creates a tension for design teams, who are forced to make their most expensive choices before they can see the results. They have to commit millions of dollars in future capital at the exact moment they possess the least amount of tangible information. The product creation timeline is structurally hostile to human decision-making. It traps teams between ignorance and absolute powerlessness. If we trace this process back to the very beginning, the concept stage, we are operating in a space of pure abstraction. A decision here is nothing more than a drafted line, a proposed material, or a structural ratio. The freedom of this stage is total. A design mistake costs $0 and 0 hours because it can be reversed with a pencil eraser. But if you take that same single line or ratio and fast forward it into the active production phase, the physics of the problem change. Altering that geometry post-tooling requires recutting steel, revalidating the engineering, and recertifying safety standards. Those physical changes absorb weeks of dead schedule and result in exponential financial loss. Physical material doesn't dictate a product's cost. The timing of the decision does. Winning design teams navigate this unforgiving timeline differently than their competitors. They invert the paradox. They refuse to rush toward tooling, instead treating the concept phase as the cheapest place to be wrong. They rely on front-loaded exploration. They generate massive divergence, pushing multiple design directions simultaneously. They analyze and compare countless variations to see every angle of a problem before they are forced to commit. The standard industry failure is the opposite. Companies narrow their design options prematurely, accidentally committing to flaws just to hit a production schedule faster. Successful teams architect their decision-making to absorb failure early, while the cost of being wrong is still zero. The objective of the concept stage is not to find the first idea that works. It is to exhaust all possibilities. This exhaustive process ensures that the final, irreversible line drawn into production is done on purpose and never by accident. Depix exists to enable this strategy. It is built to make early conceptual exploration both fast and comprehensively exhaustive. It gives design organizations the speed to thoroughly process multiple directions while the financial stakes are at their lowest. The mandate for any design-led organization is to spend your freedom while it is still free. A design decision is as cheap as a sketch, but as brutal as steel. See every angle before you build.